Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are now witnessing, I love that line, just a darn minute. Yesterday you said that x equals 2. If you can see that picture, now the lady has x equals 3 on there. They're getting a little tizzy over it. It's kind of funny. I'm laughing right now. You should be too. Alright, that's just a good low center of low, what am I trying to say? Low humor joke, dry humor. There you go. Alright, so here's the FOIL method. Some of this is supposed to be covered up right now. Multiply first, outside, inside, last. So the first letter, those all caps words, is FOIL, the first letter in those words. Combine like terms, put in standard form. Okay, so what the FOIL method is we have these two equations. So the first term is going to be here. The outside terms are these ones. The inside terms are right here. And then last but not least, the last terms in each will be right there. Okay? And then you write them as all pluses in the middle, whatever it may be. So then the box method is you line up each binomial. So you make a box like this. I'll show you some examples. We'll do number 1 as the FOIL, number 2 as the box. Basically, you line up each binomial on the side of the box, line up the terms, and multiply the terms into the box. Write out the terms, combine like terms, put in standard form. So there's 2 here. I don't care which one you use. Alright, you just got to learn one of them, to be honest with you. I would, the old school way of doing it is the FOIL method. That's how I was taught. Okay, if you want to be like me, do the FOIL. The reason there's a box method is that's the new way of doing it, and it's probably better than the old way. That's why it's coming and taking over. So I would prefer you learn the box method. FOIL has never gotten me a wrong answer in my life. Alright, maybe like a lot of them, but we'll see which one you guys like. Number 1. So simplifying with FOIL. Alright, multiply first term. So we have x times x. X times x, we should be knowing powers are 1, so that's x1 plus 1, x2. Alright, now you're going to go with the last terms here. So that's going to be a negative 4 times x. That's negative 4x. Now I'm going to go with the inside ones. Negative 1 times x is going to be minus x. You can put 1 here if it helps you. And then we got the last term. So that's a negative 1 times a negative 4, which is a plus 4. So I did the first, I did the outside, I did the inside, I did the last. Combine like terms right here. So I'd have x squared, negative 4, I drop 1 degree cooler. That's negative 5x plus 4. I love temperature when I'm doing with negative numbers. And put in standard form. I know this is standard form because I have the largest degree out front. That's how you do FOIL method. So you just got to match things up and do them in order. First, out, in, last. Simplifying with the box method. So we're going to draw our box. Red should show up here. It's awesome. We got sound effects today. X plus 2. Here's how you write this. So you write x, and I would include that positive 2 there. And then my other one is x, and a positive 5 here. So line up each binomial on the sides of the box and line up the terms. So multiply the terms into the box. X times x, x squared. 2 times x is 2x. 5 times x is 5x. So that's how I'm getting those. And then 2 times 5 is 10. So I'm multiplying everything in this column here by 2. I'm multiplying everything by x here. And then you can see how that works across, right? How I'm multiplying 5 times 2. Write out the terms. So now I got to write them out. I would have x squared go first. That's my largest degree. All right, now I'd have plus 2x because that's a positive 2 in there, plus 5x, and then plus 10. Those are all positive. Write out the terms. Combine like terms. I would see 2 plus 5, so I'd have x squared plus 7x plus 10. And I know I put it in standard form because I did it in order. Box is pretty common. If you like foil, you like foil. So let's try a couple of these. I'm going to stop you on this one first. This one, we need to do this first. So if you multiplied everything by 3, you'd be actually doing it twice. And when I mean everything by 3, I mean if you multiplied that 2x and that 1. We're already going to combine x plus 1 with 2x plus 1. So you just have to multiply everything in x plus 1 by 3. So you could have 3x plus 1 over 2x plus 1. Since they're written like this, I'm going to FOIL these. So I'm going to do the first term in each one. That's 3 and 2. That's going to be 6x squared. Now I go last. 3 times 1 is just plus 3x. Inside, 1 times 2 is 2x. And then last in each one is plus 1. So here I'd have 6x squared plus 5x plus 1. That's what we're looking for you to be able to do. Those are both binomials, and we're able to multiply them together. Let's go back to this box method thingamajigger. I never had heard of it until I went to that famous thing called college. X minus 1. So I'm going to put x and a negative 1 there. I'm going to do x, and by leaving the sign in there, I'm leaving that negative. So x times x goes in this box, that's x squared. Then I work across. X times negative 1 is going to be negative x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3. If I write those out, this is x squared. Notice here, if you want to jump ahead and combine like terms, when they're diagonal each other, negative 3x minus another x is going to be minus 4x. And then I have a positive 3 left. Okay. When they're diagonal, that's where your combining like terms is going to end up being. Okay, so you should be able to do some of this. I think I still got everything right. Ooh, no I don't. Plus 3x. Oh, I made an error. Look at this. Alright, 3x, 3 times x, here I'll find my mistake. Hey, stop right now. Do not erase ever in math. This is why. I can see where my mistake was. I didn't multiply 1 times 3, so this needs to be multiplied by 3. When I do that, it only affects my last 2 terms. So this should have been 3 times 2x is 6x, and then 3 times that is 3. 3x plus 6x is 9x plus 3. So when you're doing quiz corrections, do it on the other sheet so that you can see where you made a mistake. Right there, I made a simple mistake where I didn't distribute the 3 to the 1. Alright? If you notice that, great. I love when you guys notice those things and show them to me. Shame, this guy's spinning. Oh, there he stopped. Multiplying a binomial squared. When you can multiply a binomial squared, you cannot just square both terms. You have to multiply the binomial times itself. So, what's this saying? Is that when we have x squared, that's equal to x times x. So, when you see something like x minus 2 squared, that has to equal x minus 2 times x minus 2. And now you have to do either the box method or the FOIL. So if I just, a lot of people, what most kids are going to do is they're just going to square these terms right here. So they're just going to do x minus 2 and they're just going to square it like this. And they're going to write me x squared minus 4 and tell me that's their final answer. If I do the FOIL method, I get x squared minus 2x minus another 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is plus 4. So x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, this is the correct answer. Can you see how these are not equal? Okay, you're missing 4x there. So you do not want to do this side in blue. This is a no. A lot of you are going to do it, and you're going to get a bunch of points marked wrong because you are not listening to what I just said for the last minute. All right? Pay attention. So for all these, for the next 2, we just rewrite them. We got x plus 6 times x plus 6. X squared. plus 6x plus another 6x plus 36. X squared plus 12x. This is combining like terms here, plus 36. Over here, let's do the box method. I haven't done this in a while. So I have x minus 2. Well, what's the other equation going to be? It's going to be x minus 2. Right? I know it's twice. So I had to have x squared minus 2x minus 2x, positive 4. So I have x squared. I told you these are going to be combined. So it's minus 4x plus 4. Multiply more than binomials. You are multiplying something more than two binomials. The FOIL method no longer works. You must use the box method. Here's the deal. Ms. Johnson wanted you to know that this doesn't work to FOIL it. Here's what happens. You end up with this, and then you end up with this, and it looks kind of goofy, right? The best way to do this is the box method. So how that would look is like this. It's a lot. I would put 4x here, 9, 2x squared, negative 5, and 3. How that would work is 4x times 2x squared is 8x cubed. 2x squared and 9 is 18x squared. 4x times negative 5x is negative 20x. 9 and negative 5 is negative 45x. 3 and 4 is 12x. And then 3 and 9 is 27. So let's look at this. My degree with the highest term is 8x cubed. Alright, and I told you we're going to combine like terms diagonal. So it's still diagonal. We still have, ooh, look at that. I caught a mistake there. It's 20x squared. 4x and 5x is 20x squared. So, negative 20 and a positive 18, I'm left with negative 2x squared. 45x and 12x is negative 33x, and then plus 27. And these are awesome problems. I turn around, I did this right. We only have 4 more to go. So let's make my box again. Here, I'm going to do something. No, we'll do it next one. So 3x, negative 5, and then 2x squared, 7x, negative 8. I like this purple color. 3x and 2 is 6x cubed, negative 10x squared. So the last one I screwed this up. 3x and 7x is 21x squared. 7x and negative 5 is negative 35x. Negative 5 and negative 8 is a positive 40. And then negative 8 and a 3x is negative 24x. So, let's start with my highest polynomial, 6x cubed. 21, positive 21 minus 10 is plus 11x squared. Negative 24 and negative 35x, that's a big negative 59x plus 40. Oh yeah. This is kind of fun. It's just making sure you guys can multiply, really. All this stuff leading up to Note 7 has been a lot of good practice for us, so hopefully you guys are doing this. Hopefully you don't mind. I made these a little bit longer. So I would rewrite this. 5y squared. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10y. And then 5 times 5 is 25. Well, I just happened to naturally space that out for my box. I don't know why I did such a thing. We all knew we were doing the box method, right? So we have a 6y squared, a 3y, and a 1. Hopefully you guys can read my sloppiness. 6y squared and 5y squared is 30y to the 4th. 3y and 5y is 15y cubed. And then times 1 is 5y squared. I'm actually going to do this bottom row first because I'm just multiplying by 1. So everything's going to stay the same there. Now I have 6y squared times negative 10y is negative 60y cubed. And 6y squared times 25 is 150y squared. That's a big number. Look at how I just kind of fill in my box. If you know how to multiply things together, you're going to be just fine. 3y and negative 10y is negative 30y squared. If I wanted to, I could have wrote in here 25 times 3y. If that helps you, I should have did this 10 minutes ago, but whatever. If that helps you know what we're multiplying together, do that. 25 times 3y is 75y. Is that squared or just a y? 75y. Okay, here's my final answer. I got 30y to the fourth. Right, so this is still diagonal. Look at this. 60y cubed and 15y cubed is still negative 45y cubed. Okay, so these are all done. Oh, where's my y squares at? 150 minus 30 is 120. Plus 5 is plus 125 y squared. I don't like to make mistakes. So then this is plus 65y plus 25. That's the most human thing I've said this trimester. I don't like to make mistakes. Because you should like to make mistakes. That's the only way you get better. So I got something different than what I had before. That's awesome. That's awesome. All this is wrong. You guys are awesome if you can catch all these mistakes today. This is a negative 3y here. So this is negative. So this is a negative 15. This is a positive 30. This is a negative 75. And I have no idea why you guys scribble out things all the time. Here's what I can see. I can write over this. This is a 15y cubed, and this is a negative 60y cubed. Okay, that would actually become, this is y to the fourth, negative 75y cubed. So we're actually done with this stuff. Now, I still have 150y squared. I still have a positive 30, so 50 plus 30 is 180. This is actually a 5 here, 5y squared. So I actually have plus 185y squared. And then this is negative 10 and negative 75 is negative 85y. I know this is correct, but good job. If you are catching those two mistakes today, you are doing a fantastic job with the notes. Here you go. We don't have to multiply by a number in front, so I'm just going to write in my box. Maybe you wanted to take this opportunity to yell at me. Be warned, I might throw something back at you. 4m squared, negative 7m, 5. Okay, 4m squared is going to be 4m to the fourth. 4m squared and 2m squared is 8m cubed. Negative 3 would be negative 12m squared. Nothing changes. All right, so negative 7m would be negative 7m cubed. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14m squared. And negative 7 times negative 3 is a positive 21m. So then I have 5m squared. 2 times 5 is 10m. And negative 15. I'm going to write this one in blue. So down here on the bottom, I still have 4m to the fourth. Negative 7 and 8 is just an m cubed. Minus negative 12 and negative 14 is negative 26. Plus 5 is negative 21m squared. $10 and 21 is, excuse me guys, coughing. My voice is too dry. 31m minus 15. You guys are doing a great job today. Make sure you're pausing and getting getting a drink, unlike I can do at the moment. Then the last one. The area of a triangle is half the product of the base times the height. What that means is area of a triangle equals half. The product is base times height divided by 2. I like to write it that way. So we're just going to do the area of the triangle equals, well, this is the base. 2x plus 3. And then the height is 3x minus 1. Divided by 2. Area of a triangle equals 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x minus 1 is minus 2x. 3 times 3 is plus 9x minus 3. Negative 1 times 3. So this is divided by 2. And this equals 6x squared plus 7x minus 3 divided by 2 units equals the area of the triangle. Right? Those are fun. That's actually something that you might see on an ACT where it says just simplify the expression. Alright, so to recap, 2 mistakes and a cough in this video. Alright, I got things to improve on. Here's the deal, it's the last notes video for this unit. So you're going on to quiz 2, or unit 3 quiz 2. Alright, that would mean you have 6 quizzes done and 3 remaining. So you're 2/3 done with the class. Great job. I hope everybody's made it this far. I also hope that you coming down to the end of the year, you're picking things up and you're finishing strong. Have a good night, guys.